Today I'm going to attempt making sous vide egg bites at home. Hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry, and today I'm going to bring you along for my version of a egg bite that you might get at Starbucks or even in the grocery store now. And the deal is they're so light and fluffy, and they stay fluffy. They don't become tough or condensed like when you just bake them. We're going to do a sous vide method. So I've got a pan, I've got this pan here, about half, a little less than half full of water, but my muffin tin, and this is a large muffin tin, but I've got regular cupcake wrappers in there. I'm gonna set that down in that water, and it's gonna evenly cook and steam, and hopefully, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion whether or not we succeeded in a fluffy Starbucks egg bite. 2 of them at Starbucks is $4.50. In the store, you can buy 2 egg bites and they're $4.99 to $5.50. And I get my eggs for free. They're beautiful, from 8 beautiful hens. Anyway, so I've got actually 8 eggs in here, and I'm gonna get going on this, but I want to bring you in close so you can see what's happening as we prepare our egg bites. And my little add-ons are going to be applewood smoked bacon, ham, and chives. So I'll do, and then I've got mozzarella back here. I've also got some, this is a gourmet blend of cheese, some sharps, and I'm going to add ricotta cheese when I whip the eggs up, and we're going to get a lot of air inside those eggs. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and get this pan heating up. This water, I want it kind of hot to begin with. So we're gonna get it in the oven, and I'll bring you in close and we'll get started. I'm super excited about this actually, because I love those egg bites because they're so fluffy and delicious, and I can't afford them. Okay, so here we go. Now I've got my 8 eggs in there. I'm gonna go ahead with some ricotta cheese, and we're gonna do about a half a cup of ricotta. I'm gonna guess that's close right there. And this is delicious organic ricotta that I get at Fred Meyer. It's wonderful. So that's going in, and we are going to add a little bit of salt and pepper, just because, well, you gotta love it. You need a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper in your egg bite. I do anyway. And I don't want too much salt because I don't want that to, actually I'm not going to put any salt. The cheese has salt in it, the bacon and the ham, so I'm not going to do that. I changed my mind. Pepper though is definitely a must. So we're going to go ahead with the immersion blender and get that working. Make sure you can see this okay, right? Okay, here we go. Be careful. Whoops, am I plugged in? I am. Woo! That's as easy as it is. That couldn't be easier. It's gonna be so good. And actually, I really want more of the ricotta in there. So do I dare? I think I dare. I dare to do it. Hold on. We're gonna grab a little bit more, another 1/4 cup. It's a lot of eggs, so we'll get another bit of ricotta in there. Oh. And I love this time of year because we have fresh herbs out of the garden, so that's where the chives are coming in. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit of the mozzarella. I don't want to add too much. This is kind of a rustic cut, so maybe a half a cup of, or a 1/4 cup. We'll start with a 1/4 cup of mozzarella. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Okay, now we'll get this cleaned up and over to the sink. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Rinse my hands. And Now, this is where it gets fun. So I don't want to fill these cups too full, if that makes sense. I don't want to fill them too full, but I do want them filled up. So I am going to add right in the eggs. I'm going to go ahead and add these chives, and these are fresh. I just picked this. Just picked it. Oh, and they smell so good. So that gives a light oniony flavor without it being overwhelming with onions, but totally up to you. If you want to put green onions, I can tell you, are delicious in here. And I am a big fan of onions, shallots, peppers, all of that. Okay. Off to the sink. And we are hopping. We're ready. Okay. I'm going to put ham in 3 of them, and ham, I'm going to put a couple pieces of ham on the bottom and a couple on top, and ham and bacon in 3 of them. Okay. Just put a little bit on the bottom. I wish I had tomatoes. Oh, that would be so good to have tomatoes with these. Oh, I may have to rectify that problem. If these turn out as good as I think they will, we are going to be changing it up. Okay, so let's go ahead with our mixture. I'm only going to go about 3/4 of the way full because these are going to puff up. And we're putting a little bit more cheese on top. And if there's anything leftover, I can make chaffles. Yes, I can, with the waffle iron, or just make another batch. I'll save this because I can totally make another batch. So now I want to add a little bit more cheese on top, just a little. These are gonna just sit on top. A little bit of cheddar, make it better. Don't they look good already? I mean, how delicious. I absolutely do love the egg bites. I cannot put it in my budget to spend that much per day on breakfast, you know, when I can do something like this. But I've never been able to perfect it and make them that fluffy, if that makes sense. A little bit more bacon just right on top to show, hey, we got some bacon. Not much, just a little. But I think this was 3 slices of bacon, maybe. So you might get a slice per little dooah. Oh, I might have had a half a piece. So anyway, there you go. All right. And then same with the ham. Just make sure you got a couple pieces of ham on top. And we're good to go. Okay, this is going in a 350-degree oven. And remember, I preheated the pan with the water. So it's all in there doing its thing. And supposedly the steam from the water and the soft and gentle cooking from being a sous vide method, if you will, that's what makes these fluffy and light and tender, because they're not being rushed. Eggs will get tough on you pretty quick if you put them on too high a temperature, and we don't want to do that. We want everything to be perfect. And it looks like I have enough to make a whole nother batch if these come out right. So let's get to the oven. Okay. We're going to carefully pull this out, and that water's warm. It's not hot yet, but I've kind of got the pan right where it'll set down in there just like that. I wanted to use the smaller muffin tin, but it would not fit in here. So we're going to carefully put that back in the oven. Oh, I'm super excited. All right, and we'll be back. I'll let you know how long this takes. It is currently 2:51. Okay, this took exactly 43 minutes. That was with those slightly, this is still pretty warm. That was with the water underneath. And it was tricky getting this out of there. Let me just tell you, I had to take a fork and pick it up and then grab it with the, yeah, and then the other side. Anyway, that's okay though. These pop right out. They're not the same shape as an egg bite. I'm gonna let these cool a little bit, but oh man, how wonderful. If these are as tender and delicious as the egg bites from Starbucks or that you can get in the grocery store, like I said, this will be a game changer. And I really wish I had some fresh tomato. I'm gonna have to rectify that. So I may have to run to the store and grab some tomatoes because, you know, I just like tomato, especially on top with the eggs and stuff. So this pan can go right over here. If these are as fluffy and delightful as the ones I buy, yeah, we're gonna make another batch. But I do think they need to, ooh, look at, they need to cool just a bit. But they're done all the way through. I just waited till, you know, at Jiggle, they were set. So let's take these out of the wrappers as soon as they cool down enough. And, sorry, I'm really hungry. I want one of these really bad. I want to know if they're delicious. Okay, so we'll be back with the taste test. Okay, so I think they've cooled down enough. I mean, I can touch them. I probably should have sprayed these papers a little bit because they're not going to be as pretty, but that's okay. I just want breakfast. Whoop. Yeah, these papers don't want to come off. Oh, look at there, look at there. It's okay. I am assuming, just like in the past, okay, so I would do that differently. Next time I'll just spray the pan, right? I wanted to try one of each and see what my favorite is, and then I'll go from there. Yeah, I think I'll just spray the pan and not waste cupcake wrappers. They didn't loft up. Usually my egg bites, when I do them, get really fluffy. That's not too bad. Okay. Oh, the moment of truth. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. And I'm gonna give you my honest opinion and then we'll go from there. And if you guys have any helpful hints, much appreciated. Oh my gosh. Probably more ham than you would ever get in an egg bite at Starbucks. Like by, I don't know, quadruple. The egg is soft, but it's not got that same texture. Let's try this one. Wow. Yeah, I think the egg is soft. It's not as fluffy. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I need to get that sous vide water hotter before I put them in. I don't know. Definitely a delicious breakfast though. You can see the cheese and actually this is probably my dinner because it's almost 4 o'clock. Okay. My take on this, hold on. Okay, my take on this is, are they good? Yes. I don't feel like they're as deflated and dense as some of the ones I've made. And I don't think I cooked them too long, but they did not souffle up like they usually do. Now, but that all being said, they're the best egg bites I've ever made. So I think what I need to do is I'm gonna add a little bit of mayonnaise to the mixture of eggs because that always souffles a little bit. It's going to add some fat, but hopefully, you know, you're buying a quality mayonnaise that has really good eggs in it anyways. But I'm going to add a little bit of mayonnaise to that. I'm going to do another round of these. I'm going to spray the pan really well and do 6 more. And these are good enough to share. Honest and truly, these are delicious. I would be just as happy to have these, but they aren't the same. So if any of you have the secret to this, and I did tons of research trying to find this. I just want a fluffy egg bite. I want the Starbucks fluffy egg bite. If you guys have any comments, any helpful hints, let me know. Like I said, I'm not going to use the papers. I'm just going to spray the pan. And then the only thing is, well, they're flatter. They're not, you know, they're not the egg bite shape because they're not in a smaller vessel. But I don't have a way to do a smaller vessel. So there's that. Anyways, good breakfast though. I will take it anytime. All right, guys, I can't wait to see you next time. I hope that this inspires you to maybe find out how the heck do we do this. And if you do, let me know down below. They're delicious. So please make them. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already.